almost as old as the sport itself. Two teams that when the history books are referenced, their names populate virtually every page. Winged helmets, golden domes, and as always, when these two match up, legacy is on the line. One of the most storied venues in college football, Notre Dame Stadium in South Bend, Indiana. It's the Michigan Wolverines and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Notre Dame coming off a 10-win season, but there was a sour taste in their mouth after they were left out of the college football playoff. Marcus Freeman has so many great recruits loaded with talent. He knows this team is going to have a huge chip on their shoulder as they try to get back into the college football playoff this season. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. So the Michigan Wolverines kicker approaches the football, and the 2026 season is underway. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Takes the handoff. It's Mobley. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They're in the gun, third down. Here's Carr. He's got it down the middle. Great pick.
Entering settings screen, you have 30 options. Menu narration option is set to off.
They'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
I think as a play caller, you love to see your guys getting into a rhythm early in the game, right? Third down, you dial up the slant. It's a good route, a good throw. This offense is off to a nice start.
Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Got him downfield. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. He picked up a big chunk of yardage there, and there will be Irish jigs going in the stands.
Yeah, and a lot of excitement. If they can find these down the field explode.
Finding some room. Picks up the first down. All the way. Touchdown, Irish.
That touchdown just got this whole place going, didn't it? You got everybody doing the Irish jig. Touchdown, Jesus is happy. You got the leprechaun, he's dancing. The energy in this place right now is on another level after that score. No wonder this is such a tough place to come in and try to get a win on the road.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. it to the freshman, his first carry. Oh, he's got some space. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking, more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10. See that maze in blue, and you expect tough-minded, hard-nosed running attacks.
I expect big, physical, huge linemen that don't like people, that are going to move them out of the way and do just this, what we did right here. Move the sticks, get first downs on the ground. That's who Michigan is.
Play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Rush is on him, and here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense trying to take it back. Oh, break out the oxygen tanks. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
That defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So important to keep your concentration. Get off on the snap count, not before it. It's 1st and 15. They'll run it from the gun. Sweet cut there. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Here's Underwood to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They'll run it from the gun. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground. Lined up in the gun on 3rd down, Underwood.
pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Hey, listen, this guy is one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, but you have to know when the play is over. And that time, just trying to do too much, trying to make too many people miss, reversing field, counting on that speed to be able to outrun the defense. But they figure it out. They start taking away the angles. They're inevitably able to get to him and bring him down for a massive loss.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Takes the handoff. It's Mobley. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. There's no logical reason these two shouldn't play every year. The proximity, both powerhouses, but squabbles get in the way from time to time, guys.
They sure do, and I think Notre Dame being an independent always makes things tricky and difficult, but at the same time, they're always playing USC every year, David. I'd love to see them schedule Michigan each and every season.
And just make it happen. We've lost so many rivalries in sports because of money, because of conference realignment. We don't need to lose another one. And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Throwing, Carr. A little screen to the running back. Worked his way out across the 35, got it up to the 37-yard line, but still a little bit short of the line to gain. It'll be 4th down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Just needs a crack to get a return. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. They go play action, Bryce Underwood. The sweet feet buy a little time. That's caught. It's Buchanan. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Underwood. Quick completion on the out.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback can go in the other direction.
Looking for space. It's Marshall.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
With the catch, it's Marshall. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Single back formation, and they give it to it. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Underwood. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
Talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. Still third down, but a little less manageable after that penalty. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. Third down is coming. Now a little bit farther to go after the penalty. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Finds a man on the right. Lots of room to run. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Michigan!
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Here come the Irish back on offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Tom.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Play action, C.J. Carr. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up. In this rivalry, you could just about write the history of the game. Rockne and Fielding Yost, Schembechler and Holtz, the Rocket and Desmond Howard. So many great moments in this rivalry, which has been played since the 1800s.
So many great moments, so many great plays, great players. And how about the uniforms? Just clean, beautiful, pristine.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Well, the one thing we know about this defense is they've got some exotic looks, and they're not afraid to bring pressure from the second level. That time they brought the free safety, and he was able to get home and sack the quarterback.
Notre Dame comes to the line needing a chunk play on third down. The play action fake. Fires to the right. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And then all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Got it in the middle. It's Buchanan. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Here's Underwood to throw. Pressure coming. Trying to get away. Trying to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play.
Really good job by the defense getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground for no gain. It's tough. Once you get there and get pressure, it's so hard to get these guys on the ground because they're elusive. Really good job wrapping them up and getting to the ground.
Underwood in the gun on third down. Here's the pressure. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. And the Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Play fake. Carr. Quickly out to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
Here's Carr to throw. Got a man. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Pulls it in. It's Gilbert. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on second and short. C.J. Carr firing again, showing the arm strength to the left. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this fourth down. The Irish send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin them deep. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. put together a drive. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves. They think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this
he wants to take the top off. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Bryce Underwood from the gun on third down. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down?
Man, they needed that one, and that took every bit of concentration by the wide receiver there. That was awesome. Big third down. You got to make the catch, but you got to make sure you stay in bounds. He did a really good job of securing that and keeping the chains moving.
On the move. Hard running there. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Underwood. Got a man. It's Buchanan. And he jukes the first guy, made him miss, and picked up a few before being brought down. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. To the air, it's Underwood. He's got him. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock. Michigan choosing to spend its final timeout here. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again, and why not? Lets it fly deep downfield. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. Down in the end zone, and it'll be a touchback.
Well, the free safety's just sitting back there deep in cover 3. He's got zone, he's got middle field responsibility, just watching the quarterback's eyes. He reads the throw, breaks on it. That's just too easy for him.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? The give is to Williams. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Carr. Grab near the sticks. It's Gilbert. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Wants to throw on 1st down. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Carr. Pocket breaking down. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We begin with a look at the home team taking on the number 11 team, the LSU Tigers. And it's the Tigers able to pull off the upset in this one, but by the narrowest of margins. They finally break into the win column after starting the year 0-3. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Wolverines offense heads out ready to go on the attack. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
And it just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Underwood, right down the middle. Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be 3rd down.
And I thought the game plan has been so good by this defense, man. They know exactly who his go-to guy is out wide, and they're doing a great job of mixing up coverage, taking that away. Listen, this QB doesn't have to go to, and that's what I think you look next. Who's your next best playmaker that can make something happen for you? Maybe go find him, because they're locked in on that star out wide.
Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
Well, you get the incompletion there on 3rd down. You've still got a half of football basically to play. Do you trust your defense down 1 possession to get it back to give you a shot? If you don't, then you've got to stay out there and you've got to go for this, and you've got to dial up your best play to stay on the field.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Got it. Turning it on. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Unloads to the wideout. That's reeled in. It's Graham. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
Nice catch there. You know, I think back to great Golden Domer wide receivers and Tim Brown, who won a Heisman, Rocket Ismail, obviously. How about Jeff Samardzija? There's a name you don't hear very much anymore, but he was awesome for Brady Quinn back in the day, and all those guys had the ability to win one-on-one. Their quarterbacks knew that if they had that matchup outside, they were going to take it, and I think this quarterback feels the same way about that guy. He is just so dynamic outside.
Nice job by the defense, just being very sound, understanding what they were seeing, and going again. And a lot of times these running backs force missed tackles and make you miss and make big plays. This defense did a good job of not letting that happen.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
The Irish facing quite a challenge here on 3rd and a mile. Ready. Go, go. Throwing. Carr. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Really tough on an offense. 3rd and long, it's tough to, you know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, you know, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that 1st down. He does there, and that's why he creates the turnover.
They'll try the left side. breaks into the open. The 50. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Wolverines. Once he got some room, it was over.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
And he tacked on the extra point. Fielded in the end zone. It's Young. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to...
He's loose on the right. The 40. At the 30. Past the 10. Touchdown, Notre Dame. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a... There he goes! Got enough for the first. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. They'll try the toss to the left. Maybe a crease. Past the 20. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Working that left side now. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. On the run, it's Mobley. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. At the 45 on its way. It's a seam wide open. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Carr on play action. Now sliding to his left. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. The give to the tailback. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, 2nd and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the 3rd down.
They've moved it right to the precipice of a score, and they need 1 more yard. They'll run it here on 3rd and goal. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
And as they come to the line of scrimmage, they're passing on the field goal. But look, worst case scenario, you don't get it here, they're backed up in their own end. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not.
That just could not have gone any worse for the offense, guys. Not only are you dropping the ball on 4th down, you dropped a touchdown. That should be 6 on the board. You need players to step up and make plays in those types of situations. That's the kind of play that could lose you this game.
Looking for a crease. It's Marshall. Got enough for the 1st. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Wolverines come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Now they'll try the right side. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 6 on 1st down, now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. The give to the back. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Lined up in the gun on 3rd down, Underwood. Shoots it to the left. Pulls it in. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. We've swapped sides of the field, and we are ready for the finish as the 4th quarter gets underway. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. Option look, it's Underwood. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Yeah, it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in. Got that sucker to the ground.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The Fighting Irish called their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. So now it's 2nd and long. Find some fresh air. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down. They'll stop the clock momentarily here to check on the injured Wolverine. The freshman running back being attended to. We hope he's able to get back in the game shortly. Holly Rowe will keep us up to date. Running inside, it's Marshall. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. From the gun, the ground game. There's a little room there. Touchdown, Michigan! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
It's a nice decision by the quarterback there in the RPO. He's reading the keys on defense. They say hand the ball off. You want to do that. When you've got a guy this special in the backfield, David, get him as many touches as possible.
And a lot of times on those RPOs, the defense just have to hesitate for a second, and that little pause will open up those creases, and he takes full advantage of the defense just freezing for a second, makes the big, long touchdown run.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Irish back on offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Throws to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Gilbert. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Makes the catch. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones. And
first down here as we dive into the college football season. A Week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4.
Football is about adjustments. First half, line up, pound strong, pound strong. Second half, great job. You're going to move your defense and shift to try to account for that. Boom, we'll pull some guys and run a counter backside and have some success.
Catch in the middle, it's Mobley. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
And I love linebackers, man, that just have a nose for the football, an absolute feel. Great job not losing vision, feeling the running back start to come out of the backfield to catch the football, and then doing the most important part. Probably the hardest, too, getting him on the ground.
Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this third and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He'll come through on third down as he's got... And they'll mark it at the 23. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
Here's Carr to throw. Makes a catch. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go catch this.
Touchdown! Fighting Irish! Great job by the back on the option. The Irish punch back.
The identity of this offense is their ability to run the football. They're doing that in this game. That's now 3 rushing touchdowns on the day.
And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they closed the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Michigan offense. Tie game, fourth quarter, plenty of time to work with, exactly where you want to be in this one. Leaves it with the back. Nice move there. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you can see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
Quarterback will keep it. Maybe some room here. Bust through behind his pad. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Motion from the wideout. The run from the shotgun. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. At the line of scrimmage, but they won't snap it here. They're going to use the timeout instead. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking for space. It's Marshall. Breaks the tackle. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle, but they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
The offense coughs it up. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
They'll give it to the back. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. Notre Dame will now use its second timeout. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Right back to it. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. The Irish use their third and final timeout. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big third down coming up. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1.
And you got to think about when you want to use that final timeout, when you're going to clock it. Every single second counts. You need a field goal to win, but you got to manage this clock.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. At this point in the game, and this crowd knows this is a huge field goal attempt. And it's good! And they surge on top here in the final minute.
You got to give this guy so much credit, man. It is so hard in practice to simulate the pressure that he just faced. Late in the game, seconds left on the clock, you have an opportunity to kick a field goal to put your team up late in the game, and he absolutely drilled it. What a moment for that young man.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Carr fires to the middle. Can't hang on, is incomplete. I think he was bracing for the hit and didn't hang on to the football.
And this offense has another opportunity to put a scoring drive together. They've done a really good job, man. Their defense, it's been okay. Like, giving up a lot of points. Now they're in a situation where can you be clutch? Can you come up big in a 2-minute situation when you really need to?
Quarterback making checks. Back to pass, it's Carr. Unloads to the wideout. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Fires to the wideout. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Well, you look at the clock. They've got time for one more play, but they're out of Hail Mary range here, needing a touchdown to win this game. This is going to be a last-second, last-chance play that they practice, by the way, throughout the week. It's going to involve probably a lot of laterals. But we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football.
To the air again, Carr. A deep throw as the clock winds down. It's incomplete, a last-gasp effort, and the defense finds a way to survive it. They don't play every year, but when they do, there is just something special about this rivalry, and it is the Wolverines who take down Notre Dame. That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.